Welcome you all, dear students. In this module, I, Dr. Shushma BV, will be talking with you about the amino acids in human nutrition. As we all know, proteins are actually chains of amino acids which are linked together, which regulates all body functions. They control the body's water balance and pH, they repair bones and cells, as well they facilitate the exchange of nutrients between the tissues. They provide the body with energy and they also form the structural basis of chromosomes. Certain amino acids act as a neurotransmitters and facilitate the communications of the brain with the nerve cells elsewhere in the body. The presence of amino acids also enables vitamins and minerals to perform all their important functions. Without this essential amino acids, the human body is unable to function normally and in some extreme cases even cause death. As we know, amino acids are a crucial component at a basic unit of protein, and they contain an amino group and a carboxylic group. They play an extensive role in a gene expression process, which includes the adjustment of protein functions that facilitate messenger RNA translations. These amino acids are present in bigger molecules as essential components of peptides and proteins. Some of the amino acids which classified under basic structures are amines and other types of amides, and amines which are classified under acidic structures are carboxylic acids and phenols. Amines which are classified under esterified structures are ethyl acetate, which is an example of an ester as ethyl ethanate. When carboxylic acids and alcohols are combined, they create an esterified structure and they lose a molecule of water during when they combine. The hydrogen on the carboxyl group of acetic acid is replaced by an ethyl group. And the amines which are grouped under alkylated structures are non-polar side chains with alkyl groups and polar groups, and leucine, which is an example of an alkylated structure. Amino acids also exists in free form. In particular, 20 very important amino acids are crucial for life as they contain peptides and proteins and are known to be the building blocks for all living things. They are contained in living cells where they are used for protein synthesis. These amino acids are controlled by genetics, but not all natural amino acids reside here. In fact, some very unusual amino acids are contained in plant seeds where they are not crucial to the mature plant. However, they ward off predators and such for protection, giving of toxins or other unpleasant characteristics in order to help certain plant species survive. As mentioned above, amino acids are imperative for sustaining the health of the human body. They largely promote the production of hormones, structure of muscles, human nerve systems, healthy functionings, health of vital organs, normal cellular structure. If amino acids are deficient, then protein synthesis does not occur in addition to other positive body functions and growth. Without alpha amino acids, a person may experience fatigue, irritability, hormone imbalance, and sometimes even depressions. To understand the abbreviations of amino acids, it's important to know why they have been abbreviated in the first place. This is to make them easy to identify and to shorten them in more manageable 3-letter system. Here we will take a look at the simplest amino acids, glycine. It is depicted as HGLY-OH, with H and OH being H2O, which represents the H2O at the time of amino acids condensing in order to form a peptide. Another way to look at the three-letter abbreviation system is that it captures the amino acid residual state, which comprises proteins and peptides. When this system was introduced, it was done so primarily to save space rather than simplify amino acid names. It's important to know that when a one-letter system is used, such as G for glycine, which is more commonly used nowadays, it is referring to synthesized peptides from the coded amino acids groups. However, this one-letter system is not to be referenced in any other context. Let's learn about the classification of amino acids. Experts classify amino acids based on a variety of features, including whether people can acquire them through diet. Accordingly, scientists recognize three amino acids types. Firstly, non-essential, secondly, essential, thirdly, conditionally essential amino acids. However, the classification as essential or non-essential does not actually reflect their importance, as all 20 amino acids are necessary for human health. 8 of these amino acids are essential and cannot be produced by the body. They are leucine, isoleucine, lysine, threonine, methionine, phenylalanine, valine, tryptophan. Histidine is an amino acid that is characterized as semi-essential since the human body does not always need it to properly function. Therefore, dietary sources of it are not always essential. Meanwhile, conditionally essential amino acids aren't usually required in the human diet but do become essential under certain circumstances. Finally, non-essential amino acids are produced by the body either from essential amino acids or from normal protein breakdowns. Non-essential amino acids include asparagine, alanine, arginine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamic acid, glutamine, proline, glycine, threosine, serine. And additional amino acids classifications based on the side chain structure, and experts recognize these 5 as cysteine and methionine, which contain sulfur amino acids, asparagine and serine, threonine and glutamine. It contains neutral amino acids, glutamic acid and aspartic acid, and arginine and lysine, which contains acidic and basic amino acids. Leucine, isoleucine, glycine, valine and alanine, which are referred as aliphatic amino acids. Phenylalanine, tryptophan and tyrosine, which are referred as aromatic amino acids. One final amino acid classification is categorized by the side chain structure that divides the list of 20 amino acids into 4 groups, 2 of which are the main groups and 2 are the subgroups, which includes non-polar, polar, acidic and polar, basic and polar. For example, side chains having pure hydrocarbon, alkyl or aromatic groups are considered as non-polar, and these amino acids are comprised of phenylalanine, glycine, valine, leucine, alanine, isoleucine, proline, methionine and tryptophan. Meanwhile, if the side chain contains different polar groups like amides, acids and alcohols, they are classified as polar. The list includes tyrosine, serine, asparagine, threonine, glutamine and cysteine. If the side chain contains a carboxylic acid, the amino acids in the acidic polar classifications are aspartic acid and glutamic acid. Furthermore, if The side chain consists of a carboxylic acid and basic polar. These amino acids are lysine, arginine and histidine. Amino acids tend to evolve slower than DNA. However, changes in DNA do not affect amino acids' properties or functions. Students, now we learn about the functions of amino acids that occurs in human body. Only 20 amino acids are mostly normal found as compounds of human peptides and protein. These naturally occurring amino acids are used by cells so as to synthesize peptides and proteins. They are typically identified by this rather generic formula H2NCHRCOOH. The primary difference among the 20 amino acids is the structure of the R group. So, next we will take a close look at the 20 essential amino acids and their respective functions. Non-polar aliphatic residues. Glycine, which slices DNA in order to produce different amino acids. One of the three important glycogenic amino acids, alanine, important source of energy for muscle, one of the three most important glycogenic amino acids. The primary amino acids in sugar metabolism. It boosts immune system by producing antibodies. Valine, an essential amino acids for muscle development. Leucine, a beneficial amino acids for skin, bone and tissue wound healing. Isoleucine, necessary for the synthesis of hemoglobin. Proline, a critical component of cartilage, and as well as it aids in joint health, tendons and ligaments, and it keeps heart muscles strong. Aromatic residues containing amino acids. Phenylalanine is beneficial for healthy nerve system. It boosts memory and learning. Tyrosine, precursors of dopamine, norepinephrine and adrenaline. It increases energy, improves mental clarity and concentration, and creates some depressions. Tryptophan, necessary for neurotransmitter serotonin synthesis. Effective sleep aid due to conversion to serotonin, reduces anxiety and some forms of depressions, treats migraine, headaches and stimulates growth hormone. Polar non-charged residues containing amino acids. Serine, one of the three most important glycogenic amino acids, the other being alanine and glycine, maintains blood sugar levels and boosts immune system, and it myelin sheaths contain serotonin. Threonine, it required for formation of collagen. It helps to prevent fatty deposits in the liver, and it aids in antibodies production. Cysteine, it protects against radiation, pollutions and ultraviolet light. It's a detoxifier and necessary for growth and repair of skin. Methionine, an antioxidant, it helps in breakdown of fats and aids in reducing muscle degenerations. Asparagine, it's one of the two main excitatory neurotransmitters. Glutamine, essential for helping to maintain normal and steady blood sugar levels. It helps muscle strength and endurance, gastrointestinal functions. It provides energy to small intestines. Positively charged residues containing amino acids. An example of lysine, it is a component of muscle protein and is needed in the synthesis of enzymes and hormones. It is also a precursor for L-carnitine, which is essential for healthy nerve system function. Arginine, one of the two main excitatory neurotransmitters. It increases endurance and decreases fatigue, detoxifies harmful chemicals. It's involved in DNA synthesis. Histidine, found in high concentration in hemoglobin, treats anemia, which has been used to treat rheumatoid arthritis. Negatively charged residues containing amino acids. Aspartate, it increases stamina and helps to protect the liver, DNA and RNA metabolism, immune system function. Glutamate, It's a neurotransmitter that is involved in DNA synthesis. Students, now we'll learn about the properties of amino acids which occurs in the body. The properties of all amino acids are complex yet simplistic in that every molecule of an amino acid involves two functional groups, carboxyl and amino group. As well, each molecule contains a side chain or an R group. And while alanine is an example of a standard amino acids, each R group has a very different properties and function. Amino acids are crystalline solids which have the capacity to dissolve in water. Meanwhile, they only dissolve sparingly in organic solvents, and the extent of their solubility depends on the size and nature of the side chain. Amino acids feature very high melting points, up to 200 to 300 degrees Celsius, with other properties varying for each particular amino acids. Amino acids are classified in a variety of ways, but another of these is aromatic and aliphatic, where aromatic is a special type of ring shaped molecule and it is characterized by an unusual stability property. Aliphatic is a non-aromatic component. The fate of an amino acid after it is transported to the liver is highly dependent on the body's needs for that moment. Some amino acids enter the bloodstream where they join amino acids that have been liberated during the constant breakdown and synthesis of body tissues. Other amino acids are used by the liver to manufacture many of the specialized proteins such as liver enzymes, lipoproteins and blood protein. All these amino acids circulate throughout the body. Each cell, directed by its own DNA blueprint, draws from the common pool of available amino acids to synthesize all the numerous proteins required for its functions. In order for protein synthesis to occur, an adequate supply of both essential and non-essential amino acids is vital. If one of the essential amino acids is missing, then synthesis is halted. These partially assembled proteins are disassembled and the amino acids return to the blood. Any amino acids that are not used within the short time cannot be stored for future use. They are delivered back to the liver and stripped of their nitrogen, which is then incorporated into urea and excreted by the kidneys. The remaining protein skeleton will be converted to glucose and burned as energy or converted to fat or glycogen for storage. Although protein synthesis is very important, the body's number one priority is to obtain sufficient energy to carry on vital functions such as circulations, respirations and digestion. Therefore, in the absence of adequate dietary carbohydrates and fat calories, the body will break down not only dietary protein but protein in the blood, liver, pancreas, muscles and other tissues in order to maintain vital organs and function. Students, now let's learn about the uptake of amino acids for bodybuilding. As we already discussed, the fate of an amino acid after it is transported to the liver is highly dependent upon the body's needs at the moment. Immediately after exercise, when the muscles is receptive to nutrients and the blood flow to the exercise, muscles remain high. A window of opportunity exists to aid muscular growth and recovery. Unfortunately, a high protein meal will not put significant levels of amino acids into your bloodstream until a couple of hours after you eat it. Essentially, if blood flow to the gastrointestinal tract has been diminished by a hard training sessions. The most reliable way to deliver specific amino acids is to administer the particular amino acids themselves through free form amino acids. The value of free form amino acids is first and foremost is that they do not require digestion. They are free of chemical bonds to other molecules and move quickly through the stomach and into the small intestine, where they are rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream within 15 minutes. This quick absorption helps to prevent muscle catabolism. Without sufficient energy, the human body has the innate ability to break down muscle tissues for use of an energy source during heavy exercise. This process is known as glyconeogenesis, which is the production of glucose from non-carbohydrate source. The part of the reactions that permits to our discussions is now as the glucose-alanine cycle. Glucose-alanine cycle. During this cycle, BCAA, 3 of the essential amino acids, that is leucine, isoleucine and valine, are stripped from the muscle tissues and part of them are converted to the amino acid alanine, which is transported to the liver and converted to glucose. Branch-changed amino acids are metabolized directly in the muscle and can be converted to energy to prevent muscle catabolism. If you supplement with branch-chain amino acids, the body does not have to break down muscle tissues to derive extra energy. A study conducted at the School of Human Biology, University of Guelph, Canada, confirmed that the use of branch-chain amino acids, which is up to 4 grams during and after exercise, could result in a significant reduction of muscle breakdown during exercise. Students, now let us sum up our topic. As we have known, amino acids are organic compounds that act as a building blocks for the body, and as they make up proteins. Proteins are of vital importance. All the cells of our body are comprised of proteins which are essential for the repair, growth and maintenance of the cells. Amino acids are truly the building blocks of muscle tissue and protein. It can be concluded that this session clarifies the importance of amino acids in the diet as well as reinforce of amino acids make physiological contributions to bodybuilding. Dear students, from this section you have learnt about how the role of amino acids occur in the body and uptake of amino acids for bodybuilding.